Hello class, my name is Tamli and today I'm going to be talking about my job shadowing experience with Melissa in HR as her role as HR coordinator. So before we get into that, I'd just like to explain more of a background here. I was actually looking into that as a career opportunity because there are some courses I would be willing to take in McMaster continuous education to get into that role. So when the opportunity came that I could actually observe somebody doing their job, it was a wonderful thing to take advantage of, and I certainly did that. So let me explain to you in a nutshell what I thought about her job. Her job, basically, as a human resource coordinator, I believe that around 70% of the time is basically is just process. Process would be basically meaning like payrolls and just things that in generally you have to do to have an organization like this keep on moving. About 20% of it is also troubleshooting, meaning that there's certain situations where TAs didn't get paid or they got paid too much, and she would actually have to deal with that to take the money back and what have you. And then there's the 10% which basically deals with miscellaneous terms of, let's say for example, if you are staff and you're looking for basically a letter confirming that you actually work here for your bank because you're going to get a mortgage. She would actually do that. She would type that out and give it to you. So basically, that's her job in a nutshell. Now, does it have advancement opportunities? I believe it does because remember, HR is a huge organization. There's many different parts to it, and different parts are very specialized. So it is there's a lot of opportunities to move within the ranks of HR. So the sky's the limit, really, when you think about that. You could create a whole career and you never have to leave. Is it a transferable skills? Yes, it is, because remember, McMaster is not the only game in town. It's the biggest game, but remember, there are other organizations, not necessarily even in Hamilton. You could go Toronto, Montreal, it doesn't really matter, right? Basically, any organization that's huge enough will have a diverse need for human resource, and then she could definitely go anywhere she wants. So it's definitely transferable skills. So who would actually do well in this job? I believe that at the beginning, somebody in the gold quadrant would definitely do very well at this job because it's all about process and rules, follow regulations, right? And somebody like that knows basically how to follow the rules that are implemented, can definitely do well. Going forward, though, the higher levels, I believe you need to be into the green quadrant, basically the analytical, because eventually you're not just going basically following orders or following the rules. You're making the rules. Okay, so eventually you're going to have to be more. You have to be analytical to what is needed to be done. And the lastly is the orange quadrant, which is not present here, but is present in other boutiques. Let's say for example, headhunting. But Master does not headhunt. But I believe that, and this was what I was specifically looking for because it deals with my personality type. That if you were to be an active recruiter, you could have basically a wonderful career in sales, finding new talent. It's not here, but doesn't this necessarily mean it's not anywhere else. But in terms of getting the education that I need to do that, I believe I have it. Because the process part, I just need to know just some of it, right? Not necessarily all of it, but it's the other part that it's more necessary. Ending this, I just want to talk about the location. Now, I know this sounds weird, but it's actually important to me. The location, Building 31, is located in a ravine surrounded by parking lots. They share a building with ground crew because they have their equipment, and also packing and shipping and receiving. So it has some sort of weird warehouse vibe going for it. Now, if you like isolation, if you like nature, if you like peace and quiet, this is a great place for you. If you like the hustle and bustle everyday life, this place will drive you crazy because it's so isolated that you actually don't think you're even part of McMaster. But hey, I believe they have another building, which is Gilmore Hall. If that is your thing, you might want to work at Gilmore Hall, okay? But overall, I think it was a wonderful experience. It taught me a lot, and it taught me that this is not what I want to do. So I'm going to take that energy and transfer it to something else. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day.